Hi, my name is Mark Johnson San Diego, and I hope you're doing well for this homework. And um, what is the concept of this chapter in 1941 and 1942, the days that you remember? So the concept of this event is that um, was the Japanese internment resulted from racism, wartime, hysteria, and political failure, and not for military reasons, like immigrant registry, were treating citizens as enemy aliens, incarceration, like considered a major civil rights violation, like race-based, and economic loss, where families were forced to sell their homes, farms, and other business lands on their own property, that led to the dehumanization. And this is where justice denied. Example of this, if you turn your book page in 115, it says there that if you are Japanese on the US West Coast, your removal declaring that the Japanese race is an enemy race, and racial uh, strains are undiluted. And this quote expressed that fears, dismay, anger, and social ignorance like discrimination. It led to the Japanese people sad and overwhelmed. This quote also realized that they were ashamed and embarrassed to other races, that they were enemy and undiluted, and also Japanese Americans were forced to leave their homes and property and live incomes for the most of the war, and it made a cruelty to them. So this quote really touches to me, even workers, students who studied in college, want to finish degrees, something like that. If you are like half Japanese, half Americans, you need to force to go to the camp. And I really think this is also part of exploitation, because Americans or not Americans, like other races, or maybe the power of the government during that time, is like to abuse them, to mistreat them, and they called different identities as Japanese, since um, World War II happened and Pearl Harbor attack, Philippines invaded by the Japanese military soldiers. And it's like you're taking the advantage of a power, even though they were like innocent here, living here in America, doing like finishing degree, something like that. So for my reflection on this is what um, I think this is the most part where the my reflection was, but reflection is that war was to be avoided at all costs. But actually, this is not true. Right now, Gaza and Israel began war, like conflicts last 2023, and right now they've been like still unconditional. There were like conflicts where innocent people, kids are lost their lives, and they were like in poverty, like they were hungry, starving, something like that. And if if we don't stop, if this happen in our world, it will be like um we face suffer and loss of economic resources. That's why in this chapter we focus about historical events that happen in past, present, and future. uh, and I also claim that point that I really like the historical dates that where can people reflect on this, on what does the meaning of World War II in our future generation, and keep this history not to be erased. And also um, it's not only thing about World War II by Japanese ancestry, but it's for all of us, like to be remembered that freedom, liberty, and the rights are in one aspects of unity. And I imagine also the meaning of World War II, that um, meaning that what will life look like in past, present, and future. if there's no a power to marginalize others, discriminate others, force to leave, like exploitation, like mistreating them, something like that. And for the last part is I would teach to anyone that being part of race is not how you judge the ancestry, or not your color, not your um, skin, like something like that, but to look their identities, how they treat others, like to be good example, to be, a part of the community also. And I also um, point out that the quote from the text that I read on the last part is like, there's quotation there's like, may we honor this period of history by our remembrance and just actions. Like, this quote interpret us to look the past events that catches to our eyes and ears. It applies our moral lessons to the racial justice system through the conflicts we have in our resources, through another resources, and know that in every of us